Hi everyone, this is Axel. I'm in Vienna, Austria, first leg of my trip for the coming 2 weeks. I'm here with Hary Winter, a legendary Austrian HEMA practitioner who's been kind enough to meet up with me while I'm here. I'm actually staying in the home of Martin Enzi, who's another legendary Austrian HEMA practitioner. Like these guys, they've been around for a while. I got to know them, I think I met you the first time, it might have been 2009 in Dijon.
Really? That late?
Yeah, I think that was pretty late. I was so young and I was scared to get out, so I didn't know.
You definitely changed that attitude.
Yeah, I might have met you guys before, but I for sure knew about you because Hary and Enzi and Oli and the people at Dreynschlag, they were a big part of getting HEMA going in Europe as well as internationally. Well, maybe you should tell that story yourself.
Oh. Okay, well, it all started with me in 1999 after seeing Highlander way too often, and I thought, dealing with a sword, how cool can that be?
I think everyone can relate to that story.
Yeah, so it's in 1999 internet was quite new, so after digging through, I think, 1,000 pages of Kendo and Iaido and all those Japanese and Chinese stuff. There was a stupid site called Welcome to Dreynschlag, and we are fighting with German swords. Okay, let's click on that. Then I meet up with Oli 2 weeks later. Did my first sword exercise in September 1999, and then a couple of weeks later became a member of the group, and that's how it started actually with me.
What kind of sources did you use back in 1990?
We used Ringek mostly because one of our founders, Christoph Keindl, translated the Ringek treatise from Old German, from New High, Middle German into High German. So he with his translation into modern German, he built the foundation for almost all the first Ringek books out there. If it was the book from Clemens, if it was the book from Tobler, they all are based on yeah, they all based on the German translation of Christoph and the English version of it from Jörg Bellinghausen.
Yeah. So back then in '99, that was like at least 3 or 4 years before I started. What kind of equipment did you use back then?
We blunt swords, and that's it.
How did you spar? Because we didn't have the equipment we have today. It wasn't used back then.
Full speed with no protection gear.
Okay.
Because we used to be a stage fighting group, so stopping our movement immediately before hitting your partner was eminent for us.
Yeah, so you were used to that.
Yes, we are used for it because we trained to it. We trained to make a full speed movement, or let it look like a full speed movement, but always note that the blow will end 5 centimeters before your head, or the thrust will go 5 centimeters next to your head, which is still a problem for me because I'm still thrusting next to your head and not into your head. So old habits die hard.
Old habits die hard, but still. But you also made show fighting and reenactment at the same time as you did HEMA. It was a package for you.
Yeah, we started basically as a stage fighting group, but always had as the main purpose that our fights are based on historical fencing manuals and traditions. So we always aimed for the opponent. We never aimed for the sword. We hit the opponent also mostly, of course, with the blunt on the shoulder or with the pommel on the helmet if you have a helmet or something like that. But we never just went for blocking the sword. Yeah. It was always a mixture of Vor-Nachhindes. Yeah. It was always a big part for our choreographies.
You guys were also pretty early in with HEMAC, I think. I remember I was invited into HEMAC in 2009, and I didn't really feel
5 years after me, I think.
Yeah,
6 years after me. Yeah.
But I think a lot of people today are not really familiar with with what HEMAC is, at least not outside of us old timers, I suppose.
HEMAC, as far as I was involved, was a loose bunch of researchers building up a platform to combine and cooperate their researches.
Yeah.
So I think the whole idea started with Fabrice Cognon from the Diet de Stock in Dijon and Matt Easton from Schola Gladiatoria. I think those two started the whole idea, and then it went crazy.
Yeah.
Because HEMAC at the top of their time had for sure more than 150 individual members, not groups but individuals.
Yeah, because in HEMAC you're invited as an individual.
Yes, not as a group.
Yeah, there was really a time where everyone who was someone was in HEMAC at some point, at least over here in Europe.
Yeah.
And for me, it was a really big thing to be invited to be part of that. And I think I met a lot of the people that I respect the most, like you and others, thanks to HEMAC.
Yeah.
And the amount of research.
It wasn't really important, but it was something.
Yeah, exactly.
It was something which you really could have achieved.
Yeah.
Today, HEMAC is been replaced by Facebook.
Yeah, I suppose.
As sad as it is.
Yeah, but there's so much more sources available now,
Yeah.
and I don't think maybe that Facebook is the best medium, because discussions are lost and you have to keep up with the flow.
It's like a forum.
Yeah. A forum at least you can do searches on, even if you're not a member.
Yes, and you have categorized discussions.
Yeah, it was something as coming in and being like a generation behind many of you. I got educated. Part of being brought into HEMAC, you're spending time with all these legendary guys, and I felt like a really like a small kid. But then also just reading forums and trying to get a picture of what was going on and what the research was about, what everything was about, really. Equipment that was being brought up and how people fenced and did post videos.
Yes, the basic idea also of HEMAC was that of course guys from Vienna know their city best and hopefully know their universities and libraries best, so they can prepare the way to the curator or to the librarian or something, and of course maybe Matt has good contacts to the Leeds armories and so on and so on. That also was of course an idea behind HEMAC, and also this is not necessary anymore, because we are now in 2016. HEMA is recognized and, even more important, accepted by most of the academic branches, especially those who are important for us, like the language departments, is it be German, English, or Italian, whatever, and also the historians.
Yeah.
So they accept us, and it's not like in the year 2000 when we first entered the Viennese armories and said, we heard you have a book here from Joachim Meyer. Is it possible to take a look? Who are you? We are HEMA researchers. That is what? Well, we try to reconstruct the fighting style of the 16th centuries. Ah, so you are LARPs playing knights? No. But that was the image we had in the early 2000s, and this changed.
Yeah, this is definitely changed. It's amazing how much resources are out there now.
Yeah.
But with any movement like this, the amount of work that went on for years and years and years just to get access to one book that is now available everywhere. Yeah. It's a fascinating thing. Yeah. When I was 23, I think I went to Dijon the first time. And almost that was the time when almost everyone went to Dijon. Everyone who
Dijon is important. Was important.
Still is important. Yeah,
Hopefully, will be important.
I was there again this year. Actually, it was great. I met a lot of the old timers and a whole bunch of new guys. Yeah, it's a very French event. Still, also a big international crowd coming up. So that was very nice. But you also had your own event, Dreynschlag.
Yep.
That's also been around.
The Dreyn event.
Yeah, Dreyn event. Yeah. That's been around for what, 12 years.
It is. Next year it is the 12th event. In fact, it is the 13th event, but we have one event only made for our own and some special invited guests, so we don't count that. Really, we also had only one trainer with Dave Rawlings, training some 133 stuff with him. So we excluded this tiny one, which also had 60 60 attendees.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah. So we exclude this from the count. So we have next year the 12th.
Yeah. I'm going to be there again for next year.
Yeah, you're one of the trainers again.
I bullied Nancy into inviting me again.
We did it!
That's how I felt. I really liked a Dreyn event. And for me, coming as a Northern European, I get a chance to meet all the Central Europeans and the Southern Europeans that I might not see that often. I mean, the rapier fencing here is amazing, and it's a lot of sparring opportunities. And you have the Rustkamp, of course. You have
we have Vienna.
Yeah, you have Vienna.
Best city in the world anyway.
The best food for sure. Like Hary just ordered schnitzels for me. He asked me if I wanted the small or the large. Like, it's good.
Therefore I take the small one. Yeah.
I can really recommend Dreyn event at least. So one thing I always enjoy asking when I talk to people who's been doing it for so long is, and back in 2002, 2003, when you did so much work, because I know you traveled a lot and you did things, and you still you've done a lot with IFEMA, for example. But in 2003, say, what's going on right now, sort of what you imagine, or did you have a vision for how things went up, or were you too busy just making sure that things happened?
In 2003, my biggest concern was what is the best way of delivering at Zornau. And now we have 2016, and my biggest concern is how to deliver a proper Zornau. So some things really never change. But to be honest,